From the Pubco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OU football update. I'm sports editor Mike Sherman of the Oklahoman, here with the OU beat writer Jason Kersey, and we're talking about the Sooners' week in court. Jason, the Sooners have some big court issues to resolve this week, starting with freshman running back Joe Mixon. What's the latest on Joe?
Well, according to District Attorney Greg Mashburn, Joe Mixon is supposed to turn himself in today. He's been charged with a misdemeanor in the the alleged assault that took place late last month at Pickleman's Cafe in Norman. So he will obviously be arraigned today, and then from there, there's still a decision to be made about his status with OU. Joe Castiglione issued a statement last week about that. So it's sort of tough to tell exactly what's going to happen, but his attorney, Joe Mixon's attorney, has said he's going to plead not guilty today. So unless there's some sort of deal they can come to, this seems like it might go to a trial.
Likelihood that we know more about Joe Mixon's playing status by the end of this week?
I think really good. I mean, it all depends on sort of what happens in court, but Bob Stoops is expected to address the media either today or tomorrow after practice, and I can't imagine that this won't come up.
The other case, of course, involves linebacker Frank Shannon. University of Oklahoma is in state Supreme Court on Wednesday trying to make sure that it can serve or enforce the one-year suspension on Frank Shannon. Jason, what's the latest on that?
Well, yeah, on Wednesday, the state Supreme Court has agreed to hear a oral presentation from OU. This battle really isn't with Shannon in a weird way. This one is with Cleveland County District Judge Tracy Schumacher, who is the one who issued the stay that allows Frank Shannon to play and continue on with the team and stay enrolled at the university while she decides the case. The problem is she's had the case for a month and a half now, and there's been no resolution. And I think OU wants this to be resolved. They want the state Supreme Court to step in and allow them to enforce their suspension. So I'm not sure if Frank Shannon or his attorney will even be at the state Supreme Court on Wednesday. I think this is more of a matter between Schumacher and OU.
Of course, Frank Shannon was investigated under the Title IX on alleged sexual assault. OU, after that investigation, decided on a one-year suspension. However, Frank Shannon went to district court to appeal that, to try to keep OU from imposing that. Jason, if Frank Shannon prevails, does that mean he'll be the starting linebacker for the Sooners when they open the season against Louisiana Tech?
If he prevails, if the state Supreme Court or the district judge rule in his favor, then I would imagine so, that he would be the starter. Where it gets a little hairy is if the first game comes August 30th and there's been no resolution to this, or it's still in court, the stay is still issued. That's when Bob Stoops has a decision to make, because the university, his bosses, have made it clear that they don't want Frank Shannon to be part of the team this year. But he's available, he's there. I can't imagine he'll play in a game if this is still going on. But if he wins in court, I think he will be the starter.
Thanks, Jason. That's all for this OU football update, but you can stay with the best coverage team every day at News OK and every morning in the Oklahoman.